Hello, friends. A hearty welcome to all of you in Iron Tutorial. Today, I am making this video on behalf of your loving friend Iron. Our today's topic is medieval literature. From the title of the topic, you can note it that our today's video is for the students of English literature. As far as medieval literature is concerned, the time span is from 1066 to 1510. And as far English literature is concerned, we should note that only in the mid 14th century, note it, only in the mid 14th century, English language was permitted to be used in petitions to Parliament. Okay, now come to discuss about some brief point on medieval literature. First of all, I would say something about Archbishop Thomas Becket. Why did Archbishop Thomas Becket is important here? Archbishop Thomas Becket was murdered by 4 of King's knights in the year 1170. And this very theme was taken by our known and reputed playwright T.S. Eliot for his 1935 play Murder in the Cathedral. So friends, what is the time of the play? That is 1935. Okay. While studying medieval literature, you would certainly listen or you would certainly hear the name of Geoffrey of Monmouth. Now, Geoffrey of Monmouth was a historian. The name is important for us because he was such a historian for whom history was more than a providential or moral process. Because before Geoffrey of Monmouth, historians regarded history only as only for moral purpose. But to Monmouth, history was something more than that. And Geoffrey of Monmouth wrote the history of the kings of Britain. Now come to a famous French poet, Marie de France. Now, why Marie de France is important? The name of the French poet Marie de France is important because Marie wrote some lays, L-A-I-S, lays. And Marie's short-rhymed Breton lay provided models for Chaucer's Franklin's Tales. Some of us know that in Canterbury Tales there is Franklin's Tale, and the Franklin's Tale is modeled or based on the model of Breton. And Chaucer had adopted the Breton concept, the Breton style from this French poet Marie de France. Okay. Now come to our next point, Roma de la Rose. The name is very striking, Roma de la Rose. The English name for the title is The Romance of the Rose. This Roma de la Rose was, though it was begun by Guillaume de Loris, it was completed by G. de Meaux in the year circa 1275. Circa because the exact date is unknown to us. So, circa, the small c is used. In circa 1275, Jean de Meaux completed Roma de la Rose. And Chaucer, here also Chaucer came. We know that Chaucer is very important in medieval literature because our Canterbury Tales, roll up to the Canterbury Tales, and other like Chaucer's The Parliament of Owls, etc. is very important to the students of English literature. So the name of Chaucer would come again and again. Now, Roma de la Rose was translated by Chaucer in English, and the name was Romaunt of the Rose. Romaunt, Romaunt, Romaunt of the Rose. Okay. Now, as far as Chaucer is concerned, Chaucer is famous for his the Canterbury Tales. The Canterbury Tales was planned in circa 1387. The time span of Chaucer is also noteworthy. It is from the year 1343 to 1400. Now, while discussing about Canterbury Tales, I should say that Chaucer had differentiated the society according to the hierarchy. The knight, the squire, the yeoman was in the top floor. The nun, the chaplain, the prioress was following them. And thus, in the hierarchy, in the third position were the merchant, the clerk, the sergeant at law, after that the guildsman, after that the tradesman, after that the wife of Bath, and finally the parson, the ploughman, the manciple, the reeve, the miller, the summoner, the pardoner, and Chaucer himself. Here, Chaucer was also a character. Note it. Chaucer, the name of Chaucer was also a character in Canterbury Tales. Canterbury Tales is a vast topic. To discuss briefly, I should say that there are 24 tales are told, though the plan was rather different. Only 24 tales are told. Maintaining the social decorum, the knight is allowed to tell the first tale, and the Knight's Tale was an abbreviated version of Boccaccio's Teseida. All of us should know that while writing the Canterbury Tales, Chaucer was variously and greatly influenced by Boccaccio and by Dante. So, Boccaccio's Teseida was the influence of Knight's Tale. Okay. The Canterbury Tales concludes with the Parson's Tale. The Nun's Priest Tales offers a lively story of a wily cock caught by a fox. The Prioress's Tale was a short devotional tale of a pious Christian child whose throat is cut by Zeus, but who miraculously manages to continue singing a Marian hymn after his death. The Prioress Tale is very important because the story was about the cutting of throat of a pious Christian child. After that, we would come about the merchant. The merchant, prompted by the clerk's adaptation of Boccaccio's story of the trials of patient Griselda, offers a salutary tale of an old husband. The name of the husband was January, and the name of the wife, the fresh young bride, was May. Now, while the miller and the reeve is concerned, the miller tells the tale of a reeve, that is carpenter. The reeve is by profession a carpenter, and the reeve tells a story of a miller. And somehow same the case happened in the case of friar and the summoner. The friar tells a story of a summoner and the summoner of a friar. Okay. The pilgrim, Chaucer, as I have told that Chaucer was also a character in Canterbury Tales. The pilgrim Chaucer tells a tale of Sir Topas, a parody of contemporary romance, but the host was also a character. Host rudely interrupts his progress. Whatever, the tale of the Canterbury Tales is very, very important. 29 pilgrims, 24 tales are told. 29 pilgrims. Chaucer was also a pilgrim, host was a pilgrim. Whatever. The Canterbury Tales, prologue to the Canterbury Tales, the models of the tale, the short story of the tale, very, very important. Now come to John Barbour. Most of us is not known to the name of John Barbour. Why the name of John Barbour is important? The name of John Barbour is important because John Barbour was a poet who wrote the poem The Bruce. Yes, The Bruce. And this is the very Bruce, the Robert Bruce, whose story is very, very famous nowadays. And the poem The Bruce influenced many writers after that. Now, King James Stewart, or who reigned as James the First, King of Scots from the year 1394 to 1437, is important here because James the First wrote the Kingis Quair or the King's Book in the year circa 1435. And after discussing some brief points on Thomas Becket, Geoffrey of Monmouth, Marie de France, Roma de la Rose, Geoffrey Chaucer, John Barbour, James I, we would conclude our brief discussion of medieval literature with Malory and Caxton. Minutely note the two names Malory and Caxton. Sir Thomas Malory, death 1471, finished the composition of his Les Morte d'Arthur in 1469-70. The text was edited and excised by William Caxton. We would know the name of Caxton because Caxton recorded Malory's Les Morte d'Arthur in 21 books. The text of the original version, that is in 8 sections, was rediscovered in the year 1934. Caxton was an entrepreneur. Caxton, the middle class entrepreneur, was a real harbinger of a new age in which the printed words was to play an indispensable and revolutionary role in the world of English literature, in the whole world, because the name of Caxton goes with the printing press. Caxton was the harbinger. Caxton, we all of us should pay homage to Caxton. So, friends, this much for today. As all of you are friends to me, I would not request you to like, share, comment, etc., 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 because I know that if you like this video, you'd certainly and obviously comment to me, subscribe me, and share this video. So I would not request you to do this because I think in friendship, request cannot be done. This much for today. Thank you. Stay with us.